This is Gary Atensa with CNTV, and today we're in historic downtown Fort Collins, Colorado. Since 2013, Walnut Creek, this artesian mercantile, has been providing goods from crafters, artisans, for the local folks, tourists that come into this great town of Fort Collins. I am here with the co-owners. Folks, thanks so much for joining us here today. Let's start off a little bit about the two of you. Share with me a little bit, Linda, how it is that you got involved in this type of industry.
I was originally connected with the sister store. Vines Vintage was the original owner of Walnut Creek, and I was a vendor for over 5 years doing this industry as kind of a side job while I was trying to put myself through school. And when it went for sale, she gave me the first opportunity, and I grabbed it because I love it.
Grabbed it. Let me ask you this, Janelle. Were you also a vendor here, or is this this is an avenue that you found in another way?
Was also a vendor here at the very beginning and at the other store, but I've been in this business for over 20 years, buying and selling. I call myself like a professional picker. I love finding goods and finding those goods and putting them in people's hands that appreciate and love the items that were once loved before. That's that's my passion in this business, is connecting people with things, and I do love people, so anyway, it
was a win-win, definitely so. You said connecting with people. I mean, quite honestly, you pretty much get to know about a town really through its people. And what better to learn about so many different types of people, so many vendors that you have here. This has to be a very unique experience to Fort Collins, a place where you can walk in under one roof and find so many different artisans, if you will. Has it been interesting for people who walk through?
Oh, absolutely. What people love most about our store is the stories behind every little item or the people that are creating it. We have over 70 plus vendors. They're all local artisans, so we really feel like we impact the community. Our town is known for entrepreneurialism and artistry. We have a very strong arts community. And so we offer that service. If they have a talent and they want to try to move into a business, we give them a chance to do that. And we're very proud of that, and we're really excited about it.
Not only that, but the co-owners know exactly what it feels like to own one of those spots down there, can kind of walk you through the ropes and help people out that are there. You said basically 70 plus vendors. That's quite a bit. How much, what kind of square footage were you talking about downstairs there?
I believe we have over 5,000 square foot on the main level, yes.
And so I would probably safe to say that you guys have pretty much something for anyone who walks through. You just got to kind of take a walk through the doors there, and you're bound to find something. How long would you give a customer out there to walk through it completely and really take it all in?
Well, it's funny because some women walk in the door and they go, oh my gosh, this is going to take me longer than 5 minutes. Honey, do you want to wait outside? A lot of men are coming in because they love the unique character and architecture of our building. So the men will walk in and we immediately point them to our very old freight elevator, which is the second oldest freight elevator in Fort Collins, over 100 years old. And so we're trying to get the men to come in with their wives, but it's not a 5-minute shop. You cannot whip through in 5 minutes. Usually it takes half hour to an hour.
Absolutely. You better have some chairs there for the guys just in case so they can sit down while the wife finishes up there. I mean, I see a little bit of everything down there. We're talking about jewelry, antique furniture, vintage goods. Definitely, this isn't your stroll through the local box store or the mall. This is unique, handcrafted stuff. Kind of exciting for people to kind of get thrown back to a time where things were actually of value.
Absolutely, and the quality of things that were made before. We hear it every day. They walk through the door, I love your store, I love your store, and little things about, oh, my mom had these dishes, or I remember exactly this particular little item, or parts and pieces of things that people have taken, like our crafter, Terry, Wings of Whimsy. She makes these incredible little creatures out of old spice cans and little itty-bitty things that she finds that adds, and that she names them. And I can't tell you how many people have come in and found like their grandfather's name on this cute little item, and it was the perfect Christmas gift, you know.
That is so cool. I mean, I like what you say, that basically connecting people together. Knickknacks do that, but I also see things that you can wear. I'm looking at full clothing downstairs. I even seen some boots. I've seen some shoes. Is basically this a place people can come in, a great place to find a gift, I would imagine.
Yes, we try to have something for everyone here, and we do have, like she said, with over 70 different vendors, we have a really good collection and mix of all types of products for our customers, and they do come in here and say this is a one-of-a-kind shop for Old Town.
Obviously, the point of folks coming together, when we walk through the front doors, I kind of have a sense of community, a place where everybody comes together, and that works perfectly because we're sitting in the merchant room. This really is a gathering place. Quite a few different things you can do up here. Tell me about the upstairs here.
Well, when I took over ownership, one of my goals, my background is in fine arts. I have an art education degree, and I saw this upstairs. It was just a space that was used for storage. It was all old and dirty, and quite frankly, the people that owned it before and the people that worked there were sort of afraid of it. We have stories about our building having a ghost. But I saw it as this amazing space that would work great for gallery, either fine artwork. We've done some artist shows. Mostly we have like private shoots because we do have a capacity as an old building, not too many people up here. But it works really great for personal wedding shoots. We just recently had a whole videotaping of a new band in town. So we're supporting not only the artisan community downstairs, but the people that are musicians. We've had a theater, really small theater program up here. We've had dance companies shoot dance videos, you know, that the kids have put together. And it's almost anything you can think of. And it's just got so much history and people just love it. I love it. Wanted to share.
Absolutely. That was kind of some vision you had when you walked up. I imagine amidst the dust and the cobwebs, you walked through and realized, hey, there's something that could happen here. I was a photographer for many, many years, and you're absolutely right. This is a perfect photography shoot area up here. Also, from a band perspective, we're talking about you got built-in padding up on top of the ceiling here, which is great. 3,000 square feet. This has to be a great place, obviously, for even a person who wants to, a corporate gathering, a corporate meeting, anything like that. Is that something as well?
Yes, we have had book clubs, various meetings. We've had our downtown business association meetings up here. Yeah, it's a great place for meetings too.
Let me ask you this, is folks basically out there have never been to Fort Collins before, and they come in here, check it out. This has to be kind of a neat way for them to get a taste of Fort Collins, and is it exciting to hear some of those stories? Even online, I checked out some of the reviews, and people, it's like their new favorite place they found.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I love that part of it. We hear uniquely Fort Collins has an interesting tourism, and I think that's growing, definitely. And we have people that have come from France or all over the country, and they say they come back to visit, and they specifically are, you know, interested in coming back to visit the store and see what's new. And everything changes so much. They're always excited about what else we have to offer or what's happening.
That is very cool. It's one of those places the inventory is always changing, constantly changing, and you got to get it now because some of these things are one-time shot. Right, I mean, it's very unique, which is kind of cool. Viewers, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. What you're going to see is their website. Check out the website, but more importantly, really check out their Facebook page because this is where they're going to let you know some of the gatherings, what's going on down here. A great place where you can come in and basically see some new art. Gallery upstairs, if you want a place to rent up here, this is the place to come out. Also photo shoots as well. Let me ask you this, as far as vendors go out there, you got 70 plus right now on the floor. Do you have room for more? Maybe I've got a vendor out there that wants to come down and get involved.
Yeah, we do. We always can make room. There's certain areas that we kind of keep our own inventory that we can adjust. She's an absolute magician at making things work and creating new displays for different people. So we do have some space. There's a few things that we kind of are waiting on if it gets too full. But a lot of people, if they have a lot of success here, they move on. Some people have opened their own shops, and we've got a lot of turnover. You know, you just never know really if it's going to make it well. We've also got some people that have started here, and then they did really well online or with their Etsy stores, and they just felt like it was time for them to move out. So it's always turning, and we've got lots of opportunity for.
Well, if you're definitely the one that's the one that has put it all together down there, it's a symphony for your eyes. I mean, I walk in, it's like so much cool stuff to look at, and you're pretty much using every square inch down there, I would have to say. But like you say, for vendors out there that maybe have never done this before, is this a good starting point for them? Because obviously you're there to help them, and you've been through it yourself.
Oh yes, Linda and I are really good at giving that new person a fresh start and giving them a small space to get started with. They can always move up. We're willing to work with any kind of displays. We love to be creative and make a lot of different artists bring their things in here and have really unique displays. So we can start small, we get bigger. I'm always moving stuff around, and that's the joy of this business, is making.
Really, it seems like you've got 70 plus vendors on the floor there, but it sounds to me that these guys, they kind of become your family. I mean, you know some of these people, you know what their family walk in and out. This is a place of gathering, a place to get together, have a good time. Share with me about something as far as a game that you've got that is kind of unique for this.
Well, Gary, as well as all of the artisan opportunity that we offer downstairs and fine art that we've developed up here and gathering space and videotaping, all kinds of things that you can think of, we had a young couple come in and start an escape room upstairs. And what that is there's 8 or 10 people that get together. They're called escape rooms because typically you get locked in and you have to figure out all these puzzles and riddles. They've done it with a theme. It looks like going back in time too. It's a blast. You can have your family come in, but with us it's not locked. What you're doing is more like a treasure hunt. If you finish the game and you've all the puzzles, at the end you end up with a treasure map that leads to a real treasure that they've buried somewhere in northern Colorado, and it's supposed to be worth $500. So it's a game after a game. We've heard nothing but amazing reviews. It's called Somewhere Secret, and they have a site, somewheresecret.com. You just pick a date, come in and play it, and have a blast.
That is wonderful. This is a great place to come in, gather with folks, have some fun, have a blast. Also, at the same time, learn a little bit. I understand that there's a press here. Is it a printing press that I understood when I was reading online? Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, when I first was offered the opportunity to have this building, or this business, basically, I was in school, as I said, and someone had gifted me a 1923 letterpress, so my background was printmaking. And I realized at that point it was just meant to be, because the perfect place to put a 1,900-pound letterpress would be in the basement of this building. So it's sort of a little mini studio that people love to go down and take a look at it. It's not really open to the public, but it's just another thing that's really unique and wonderful about this.
Kind of the mascot for the place, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely.
I imagine there's many times you pick up an item down there and you probably say to yourself, if this thing could only talk, it could tell me how a story right there. Has this been rewarding for you as you see people basically being connected to the past?
Oh, yes. Almost every day when somebody buys something, I hear this is where this thing is going. It's going on a ship to, one guy told me he bought a little spyglass, and it was going to go on his ship that he does semesters at sea with all the CU and CSU students, and it goes in his office. I mean, there's things from this building that have gone all over the world. So, yeah, I love the stories, and when vendors bring things in that are especially vintage or antique, I love hearing those stories too. So, like you say, if things could only talk.
If they could only talk. And not only that, but if these walls could only talk. This historic building alone is something that's quite unique to walk into, and I imagine you've had some great stories there as well.
Absolutely. People just love it. You know, I love it. I've spent as much time here as I possibly can, and I can just imagine what kind of stories would have happened over time and history. It's a great place. It has a great feel.
You can definitely find both of your passion that you enjoy, basically giving something back to Fort Collins. This is your way of giving back, I would imagine. Like you said, you just started to kind of put yourself through school and whatnot, but it turned into a passion that I think overconsumed you. And obviously people are benefiting and they're walking in. I've read the reviews online. People love the place. Viewers, last time, take a look at the bottom of the screen right there. Once again, you're going to see their website. Check out the website. They have a list there of all the vendors, but quite honestly, that changes, just like the inventory changes. The best way to really get a good taste of Fort Collins, get a taste of some really eclectic artisans that are available right here in Fort Collins. I mean, Fort Collins is known for entrepreneurship. It is known for people that are very artistic, and so this is the place to come in and check it out. 70+ vendors you're going to find right here under one roof and located in historic downtown Fort Collins. This is Gary Atencio with CNTV, a delightful blend of old and new.